How are we doing, guys? Welcome to the preview and the predicted lineup. Wolves against Arsenal. Now, first and foremost, apologies for the video being out so late. Kickoff is only in a few hours' time. I've been so busy this week, and what's the saying? Better late than never. But yeah, listen, it's another game. It's another opportunity to get 3 points, and it's another opportunity to see what happens. Because you never know with Liverpool. I'm not expecting any surprises over the weekend. They're at home to Ipswich, and with all due respect to Ipswich, I'm just not seeing anything other than a Liverpool win at Anfield. But all we can do is our job. Go about our business and then see where it takes us. Now, Wolves away. It's an interesting game because obviously they're under new management. And you're looking at them and you're thinking, has anything really changed? And when I watched them last time out, I was thinking, not a lot has changed. And an interesting subplot to this is obviously with it being the January transfer window and us looking for an attacking player, we've been heavily linked with Matthias Cunha, quality player, very, very dangerous player. And we're obviously going to come up against him today. And it's ironic that a player we want to help propel our season could ultimately put a final nail in the coffin of our season. So Arsenal-like, wasn't it? But yeah, when I say about, Wolves last time out and their games and everything, and there was a bit of a fallout with the new manager and Cunha and his body language, and he was saying he's not going to accept that kind of attitude, and it looked like the relationship was quite frosty and it was on the rails a little bit. And yeah, it's an interesting one, and he'll probably come back absolutely fired up, and if he wants to try and send a message to Mikel and say, this is what you could have, then this is the perfect audition, ain't it, really, at the end of the day? But listen, if he has a really good game and it means that we're going to go and sign him, but we still win, then it's the perfect day all round, really. But listen, Wolves are where they are for a reason. I understand that a lot of, where they are is because of the former manager and everything, and there's change, but they're fourth bottom for a reason. They've conceded 51 goals for a reason. But you always have to be wary with teams like this when you go to their ground. Molineux, proper ground, going to have a really good support from the faithful there, and it's a difficult place to go at times, but we just got to go about our business, get our job done. We should be quite fresh because I don't think that the exertions of the Champions League in midweek were that great. The intensity is what I would say, was not that great. So, with some kind of players rested here and there, and I think that we should be able to, field a relatively strong lineup. And obviously, William Saliba, Miles Lewis-Skelly, they're not going to be involved. Very minor with them. And, both will be in contention to be back for the game against Girona in the Champions League. But at the same time, yeah, they're definitely going to be back for the Man City game next weekend, which is a huge game and one I'm very much looking forward to. Listen, with that said, let's go and get into the predicted lineup. Starting off in goal, David Raya. Very straightforward, very simple. Right back, Jurriën Timber. Again, a very straightforward one. None of this Thomas Partey moving Timber here and there and stop. Jurriën Timber, right back. That's simple. And in another piece of news, actually, hearing that Ben White is back in training. And he won't be far away from, joining the squad again. So having him back would be a massive boost, because when you have got these little bits of, injuries like with Saliba, you can drop Ben White in at centre back, and it makes life so much easier. And none of this Partey here and there and stop. Right centre back, I'm going to go with Cunha. Keep it the same as what we did in the Champions League. Very simple, very straightforward. Left centre back, Gabriel. Again, very, very straightforward. Left back, I'm going to go with Calafiori. Don't know what the situation is with Zinchenko. From what we're hearing, he may well be leaving before the end of the window to Dortmund. So I don't know what that situation is, how advanced it is, how true it is, whatever it is. I think it's, very easy to go Zinchenko or Calafiori or even Tierney. But then do you want to overuse Tierney or risk him going back to Celtic if he picks up an injury, and then that just completely ruins everything? So I feel that Calafiori will probably play. In the midfield, first of all, Thomas Partey back into his usual position. Very simple, this one. On the right-hand side, Ethan Nwaneri. Listen, very, very straightforward for me. He plays. He starts on that right-hand side. Offers us something very different. Very Saka-like is the best way of describing it. And what I mean by that is, being able to cut in on that left-hand side, get those crosses in. There was one in the midweek game where Declan Rice should have scored, and it was so Saka-like in the way that he moved inside and put that cross in. Very straightforward. Next to him, Martin Odegaard. Again, another straightforward one for me. Need a big performance, need him to step up. Hopefully getting that goal in midweek will give him the lift he needs. Next to him, Declan Rice. Over the last couple of games or so in particular, he's really, really stepped up. Box to box, 8, whatever you want to call it, he's really starting to do the business. He's looking more like his old self. So very straightforward one. On the left-hand side, this is very interesting, but I would actually go with Trossard because I feel in the last couple of Premier League games, he's been very, very good. I feel that Wolves will probably play with a low block, maybe not a lot of space, which means Martinelli might not get those opportunities. So, yeah, very straightforward and simple one for me. And then up front as the main striker, Kai Havertz. Don't have any other opportunity. Don't have any other choice. Sorry. Tell it's early in the morning. And yeah, we just... look, let's not talk about transfers and what we might want to get in or we need to get in and everything. We've got to go with what we've got. And that's Kai Havertz right now. And listen, after that Manchester United game where he was absolutely slated, and I feel rightly so in terms of the misses, there were some really bad misses. And he was rightly criticised, for those misses, not the extent of the criticism from some people. That was just absolutely horrific and out of order. But you can criticise people's performances and say that they play poorly or it's not acceptable, etc. No problem. But since then, he's come back and scored a couple of goals. He's got an assist in there as well. So, listen, he's doing what you need him to do at the end of the day. So, yeah, needs must. Not many other opportunities or other players available. So just got to go with it. So listen, there we go. That is it for the preview to the game against Wolves this afternoon. 3 o'clock kickoff. Really unusual. Saturday, 3 p.m. Liverpool playing at 3 p.m. as well. So keeping an eye on that one, but like I said, not expecting too much from it. But yeah, listen, let me know in the comment section what you think about the game, the lineup, etc. And we'll see what happens come around about 5 p.m. If you're new around here, hit the subscribe button, smash a like on this video, and I will see you lot very soon. I'm out of here.